Hey guys, it's Ken from Cactus Jam Board Games. Today we are finishing up the playthrough for Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Pull up a chair, join me at the table, let's see how it goes. So in the previous turn, the Automa went ahead and did his journal, or rest action plus journaling. Let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. First card he's going to play. No advancement on the track. Yes, he does have green worker. 0 means he's going to place the worker at the rightmost position. Oh, but he can't. He can't place it there, and I'll show you why. So instead, he's going to move to the next position. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, with his value of 0 for the cards that he has in play, this is where he should have placed a green worker. However, there's a green worker here already, so he can't. So he's got to place it here instead. This allows him to place, ooh, this is scary, place an influence marker in each of the 3 minarets. So 1, 2, 3. Now he's got a lot of influence out here. That, again, kind of scary. At the end of the game, the player who has the most influence in each of the 3 minarets will score 3 points. So, for example, right now, he's going to score 3 points in the blue because he's got 3-1. He's got 4-1 in the yellow minaret and 3-0. So he's going to score 3, 6, 9 victory points towards the end of the game. Hopefully he spends some of those down, but when he does, he always gets something nice out of it. So we're just going to have to take our lumps. Okay, his turn is done. So let's go back to me. Okay, for the next action, or the first action for this cycle, we absolutely have to do this. I think we've got the plan already set up for it. So any die face here will satisfy this location. Pay the 2 provisions, get a coin, we're up to 4, and now take a yellow card. And I believe this is the card that we want to get. Okay, so let's get this card into the tableau. Just barely fits. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 minarets. That's perfect. That's what we need to make a 2-step jump for next time with journal. And we'll see what actually happens. In addition, when we take an action here, we're going to get a nighttime sky card, and we're going to get a yellow influence, or influence on a yellow minaret. Okay, our turn is done. Okay, so it's his turn. He's going to go ahead and draw a card, and he draws this one. 0 coins, marker doesn't move. Green workers, nope, doesn't have any. Does have a blue worker though. 0, that puts him right here for blue. Okay, that's this position. Let's go ahead and check out the main board and see what happens. Okay, focusing on this region here, he should have put the blue marker here, or blue worker here. There's already a blue worker, so instead he's going to place it here. Gives him 2 provisions and a influence on the blue minaret. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. And remember, whenever he gets provisions or coins, he just moves up on his track. 1 influence, and let's go ahead and move up his marker. 2 steps, 1, 2. Okay, we're good to go. Back to me. Okay, so our tableau is really starting to stretch out now. We've got 4 minarets, 2 land vistas, 2 ports, and 2 sea vistas. With 4 minarets, he's going to score 5 points for those. 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, and then 2 complete sets. I think I got about 20 points or so. Okay, well, that's not bad. I think we need another nighttime sky though. Which one can we benefit from? I think the one we want to get gives us the astronomy. Takes advantage of the fact that we've got a lot of observatories. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take this 6-sider and we're going to plunk it right here. Get a influence on the yellow minaret. And then let's take a nighttime sky card. The one we're going to take is this one. 1 victory point plus 1 for every observatory. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So this card is worth 5 victory points. And we can park it right here. And then we also get an instantaneous bonus of a food. And then every time we add a star card, we also get a food. So we're going to get 2 food for that one. Here are the 2 food. Just got to refresh the cards in the play area, and then we'll let the Automa go. Automa's turn. 2 coins. 1, 2. Okay, he's going to spend 2 of his influence on the black minaret. This is good. Only because he's got so much influence on it. So he's down to only 1 on the black minaret. That's better than before, but it does translate into a black card for him. And he's going to take 2. He's going to take the second one from the left. This is the card. Again, we're just going to flip it over. That stack is gigantic right now. Okay, let's go back to my area. Take my turn. Oh, so I just realized I should have paid for this card. I didn't do that. It was in the 4 silver slots, so I have to pay all my silver. Okay, on our turn, we're going to take advantage of this die having a boat. Do this action. Take and pay 2 provisions for it. And I can take a blue card now. And the card that I'm going to play is this one. And I'm playing it because of this action right here. This allows me to take a worker back into my space. I'm going to take a green worker, just because they're so powerful, and move it into my tableau. And then I'm going to also get a chance to re-roll one of my die. And I can pick up one of these die right here and use them again. And I think I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and take this one. Hey, I rolled a 1. Puts me there. Don't think it really matters. But that's what I got. And let's go ahead and add this guy to the tableau. What does this allow me to do? Because of the instantaneous bonus, get an influence on a blue minaret, which is nice. And get an opportunity to place an influence on a card. So now we need to figure out which card of the ones that are on the board is he most likely, or will he most likely want to play off of. Okay, I think he's going to be in the blue area when he plays next. I'm going to drop my influence marker on this card because I'm looking to get coins out of him. That's the major reason why I'm doing it. Okay, so let's see what card he draws. Oh, it's another red one. And yes, okay, so he's gonna go ahead and advance the marker 1 step, and he's gonna take a blue card, but he has to spend 2 of his blue influence. He's got 4, so spends 2 of them. And which card is he gonna take? I think this may have worked out for us. So he's gonna take, he's got a 3 here, and he's gonna take, oh, did I miscalculate? I sure the heck did. Boy, what a knucklehead I am. So he's going to take the 3rd card from the left, or the 2nd one from the right. And he's going to take this one here. Yeah, I messed that up. I shouldn't have put a marker on that one. Oh, well. In any event, that's the card he takes. His turn is done. He's got 2 red and 2 blue cards. We know what that means. He's going to go ahead and take an action next round, and then the following round he will do a rest. Okay, we know he's going to rest in 2 turns, not this next one coming up, but the following one. So along those lines, I need to spend down some of my die. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Remember, I removed the die last time based on the special ability that we had on the card. So I'm just going to throw it back here and repeat that action. Pay 2 provisions. Get a silver, and now I can take another land card. We're going to take this card right here. It comes with a yellow worker. And we get to re-roll a die, except I'm not going to re-roll one of these guys. I'm going to re-roll this one right here. 4. Didn't really change much, but that's okay. This is a Vista card. We're going to add this to our land area. It's just off camera here. It's right over here though. We'll get that all set up in just a moment. But more importantly, because we did this action right here, we get another coin, and then this allows us to add a black or influence on the black minaret or move one around. I think we want to add one to the black minaret and get a silver coin as well. So we're up to 2 coins. We still have 4 provisions. We're down to 2 die in this area. We need to get 1 more down so that we can do our rest action and be able to journal as well. Okay, so on his turn, he's going to draw a card, and it is a 2 coin, 1, 2. He gets to take a green card. He also gets to play a green worker. Doesn't have one, so he gets to do his favorite action, which is take a green card. He's got 3, which means he's going to take the second one from the left, and then the next card as well. So he's going to take 2 green cards, bring them back to his tableau. First card he brings back. Second card he brings back comes with a green worker and one of his influence markers. Okay, he is done for this round, and more importantly, next round he will be doing a rest action and journaling as well. We are currently tied in position on the journal track, which means he needs 2 influence on the black minaret. He's only got 1, so as of right now he can only go 1 step. I might be able to jump ahead of him on the next round of journaling. Let's see how it works out. Okay, so our tableau is getting pretty big here. We've got all of these cards all the way across. We need to get a die into play so that we can journal next round. We already have a influence on the black minaret, which means we can go 2. And do we have all the parts in place to go 2 steps? Yes, we do. Okay, so we're good in that regard. Let's take a turn. I think getting more tiles into this area is a good thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green cards down here. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. If we're able to get another tile into play, that gets us another 2 victory points. So one of the actions that we haven't seen yet on the board, but I need a die. I need to have a die in play. So I can't do that action. I have to get one of these die in play only because it allows me to do a journal. Let's go to this location here, pay 2 to get one of the green tiles to join the tableau. We're going to grab this one right here and park it here. That gets us a provision. And it also means that any rolls of 1 come over with a camel and a telescope. That helps with this location right here. Okay, I think we're good. We'll send it back to him so he can do his journal or his rest action plus journaling, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our turn. Okay, so he's got 3 blue cards. Let's get these out of the way as well. So he's got 3 blue cards. Does he have a comet in this last position? He doesn't. So the first time he hasn't advanced up a track here. That's good, I guess. Next thing he's going to do is get a green card. He's got a value of 3. It's going to take the second one from the left. That's the card. And then he's going to journal. So let's go over to the main board. Okay, we can see that he's only got 1 influence here. We're tied. He needs 2 to go up 2 steps. He can't go up 2 steps. So instead, he's going to go up 1 step, and he's got 3 blue cards, which means he's going to go up. So he's got 2 locations he can go to, here or here. He's going to choose this one. Jerk. That wasn't nice because now he's going to influence or place influence markers on 2 cards. And he also gets a green worker. Just realized that I had failed to get these cards in play from my last turn, meaning I didn't refresh them. So let's go ahead and do that right now for him because he's going to be placing markers on the yellow track. And the cards he's going to place markers on include this one. It should have been this one next, but he's already got one, so he's going to place a marker here. Okay, so his journal action is done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a rest as well. And because I only have 1 die up here, I'm able to do a journal. So I'm going to get a coin and 2 provisions. Next thing I'm going to do is journal. I do have an influence on the black minaret, so I can go up 2 steps if I want. Am I close enough to do that? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So for this first jump up, no, it really doesn't matter anymore. Let's see, I don't get a bonus per se. You know, I could really jump up here. Holy smokes, do I do it? Can I do it? Let me think. You know what? Because this bonus is gone now, I'm gonna come up this way. This is one step. I need to have 2 black tiles, and sure enough, I do have 2 black tiles on my caravan, so I can jump up to this area. Now I need to take a look at which of these magenta tiles I'm going to go ahead and take. I think it's actually pretty simple. I'm going to take this guy right here. It's worth 5 points by itself. It does count as a tile for my endgame scoring. Let me show you. I'll just go over to my area and I'll show you how it benefits me. So I just want to focus on the main board itself. So this is a tile that I just picked up. It's worth 5 victory points towards the end of the game. That's 5 by itself, but it's so much more. So I've got 1, 2, and there's 2 more observatories off to the side here. This would be number 5. I'll figure out where it's going to go in just a little bit. But take a look at this guy right here. It says if you have 4 or more, you double the scoring for this guy. Well, I got 5. I'm good here. But this guy right here, this says I get 1 victory point plus 1 victory point for every observatory. Well, I got 5, so this card is worth 6. I really need another inspiration card to go on top here. There are some spots at the end of the board that allow you to do that, to get another inspiration card. And if I could do that, wow, this could be worth a lot of points. So let's go ahead and get this tile in place. I'm going to park it right here. So right now, towards the end of the game, I got 5, 10, 11, 14, 15 victory points just on the caravan board alone. That's not bad. And like I said, the victory point, this card is going to be worth 6. This card is going to be double whatever it is right now. Right now, I'm looking at 4 points. 4 points for this one. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. So this is worth 6 victory points, and it will go up to 12. That's not shabby. Yeah, I like that. That was a decent play there. So let's collect up all the die. And roll the dice here. Let's go. That's a good roll. Hey, that's a good roll now. Yep, I can work with that. That one's fine. Okay, there's some good rolls here. I can work with this. Obviously, this die by itself has got all sorts of capabilities and prospects. This die plus that right there, I can push it up to here, repeat. This guy is good enough alone to take some of these actions, and over here as well. Good. Not bad. So the caravan board, now that it's filled up with tiles, is starting to become a little bit more productive, a little bit more useful. Okay, my turn is done. Back to the automa. And we're getting close to crunch time now, where there's only going to be a few turns left. Maybe 1 or 2 more journals, and maybe just 1 more. Before we hand over to the automa for their turn, I'd like to focus on some of the things that we're going to be doing in our last set of actions. I say last set of actions because we are 2 steps away from ending the game, and there's just a few things that we've got to make sure that we have tied up before that happens. The first thing that's really important is that we're going to have to use 5 of the dice action. Now we also have 3 workers as well to get things done that we may need to do. I am focusing on, well, let me first of all show you the end game scoring card that I'm really interested in getting. And I'm talking about one of the inspiration cards that I'm really interested in getting and to be able to plug in right here, because I think we can turn this into a lot of points. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So again, I think the next time I can journal, I'm going to need 1 more influence marker in the black minaret, and I think I'll be able to take 2 steps. My path is to get to this location right here. That's what I really need to do. To get to that location, I'll need a blue and black minaret influence. I've got 2 blue one black. I'll need one more black. To do this action, I'll get 2 yellow influence or influence in the yellow minaret. Once I go to this location to take my second action, I'll need to have another influence in the black minaret, so I'll have to do that, make sure that's done. And then I'll need 5 city cards or cards with a symbol on it. I have 4 right now. Now if I can get to this location, I can get 2 more here for yellow, and then either a bonus tile here, or what I'm actually going to gun for is this inspiration card. The reason why I want it is, with 5 minarets, I will be able to get a double for one of the black endgame scoring cards. In addition, there's 2 cards that I want to get. I want to get this land card right here, and then I can get any one of these port cards. Anyone is fine. I'll take whatever I can get. And again, this is the endgame scoring or the inspiration card that I'm going to try to slide in right here to double this guy. Remember this card we just talked about? For each observatory that I have, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This card is worth 6 right now. With this card, it goes to 12. That's a great score. If I can get this land card to add it to my tableau, that's going to increase this by another 2 points with this card in play. So that's kind of where I'm going with this right now and what I'm driving at. The reason why I need one of the port cards is because I will have, say with any one of the port cards, let's just grab this one. If I add this one to my tableau, I'll have 1, 2, 3 vistas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the city or minarets. This will be a 3rd port, and I've got 3 seascape. That's 3 complete sets. That's 15 points right there, plus all the bonuses for the individual icons. So there's a lot of points here with just picking up 3 more cards. So that's my plan of attack. That's what I plan on doing. Let's see what happens when the Automa takes his turn, because he has a tendency of messing up my plans. So on to the Automa's turn. Pick up the cards, mix them all together. He's got 2 green workers, 4 influence showing. His marker right now is in the yellow. He's got a commanding lead in comments. Probably insurmountable lead in comments, so I don't think I'm going to be able to touch him. Okay, let's see what his first action is. And that is to, first of all, there's 0 coins here, so this icon doesn't move, or this marker doesn't move. He's got a green worker shown here. He's got a green worker right here. His value is 0. He is going to place a green worker on the rightmost person card. Let's go ahead and take care of that right now. He places his green worker right here, which allows him to take one of the black cards. Let's find out which one he's going to take. He's going to take this card right here. His influence marker comes back with him, and he flips the card over. Okay, so it's our turn. We have to absolutely get the land card. There's only 1 land card that we need, and if he takes it, then we're out of luck. We need any die with a camel, and this worker brings one, so we can actually grab, say, number 3, which has no icon on it, spend our 2 resources or provisions, come back with a silver coin, and we're going to add this card to our tableau. Okay, it's just off camera here, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minarets showing at the end of the game. That's worth 8 victory points by itself, just that 1 set of cards. And we'll have 2 complete sets of cards as well, minarets, vistas, ports, and seascapes. We've got 2, that's worth 10 points, so we can get a 3rd set, that's worth 15. So it's kind of where we're going. Our turn is done. I'll go ahead and get the cards refreshed on the main board, and then we'll take the Automa's turn. Okay, for the Automa, we will draw a card. Marker moves 1 spot. He's in the green section now. If he's got 2 influence on the blue minaret, he will take a blue card. He does have 2, so let's spend those. That's fantastic. We want him to spend as much of his influence as possible on those minarets because it gives us a greater chance of walking away with some points there. He's going to take a blue card, and the one he's going to take is at the end, and that comes with the blue worker. Okay, his turn is done. Okay, we just barely fit in the field of view now. These are all the cards that are in our tableau. Got a nice little story shown. What do we need next? Well, I think the important thing is to get a blue card, and we'll have to do this action right here. This die is perfect for that. Place this here. Take 2 provisions. I should say pay for 2 provisions. And we get to take a blue card. And the one we're going to take is this one. The identity of the card is not super important, just the fact that it's got this port icon on it. We're going to add this to our tableau, and we're going to look at where these bonuses slot in. Essentially, it's going to give us 1 influence on the yellow minaret, which is a good thing. Okay, back to the automa. Okay, the automa's turn. Drawing another blue card. Another 0. It's going to place a green worker or a blue one. Well, it's got a green worker here. And the card he's going to place it on is it should be the one on the rightmost position. However, he's already got a green worker there, so we need to place it on the one next to it. And that's unfortunate because we really need that spot. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so he's going to place his worker in this spot. He should have placed it here. He's already got a green worker, or somebody's got a green worker there. So instead, it goes to the next position. And for this one, he's going to place 1 influence in the blue, yellow, and black minaret. That's what I wanted to do. I really needed to do that because we need a second influence in black. We're going to have to find some other way of making that happen. So let's get his influence set up. So his influence is there in those 3 positions. We need to find another spot where we can put, oh, there we go. We can get influence by going to this location. Okay, that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and refresh the cards. Okay, so I'm looking at this card right here. Any die will do because the icons needed here come from the villager. Let's take that one. This guy does 2 things for us. Gets an influence on the black minaret. We are good. We've got everything that we need now. And we also get a black card. And I was just kind of looking at the choices there for black cards. I think this one's pretty good. 1 victory point plus 1 victory point for every black tile. We have 2 of them, so this card is worth 3 points. Let's go ahead and park it right here. We get to put another influence on the black minaret. We're at 3. Perfect. And because we brought over a star card, this card gives us a provision. And there we go. Okay, our turn is done. Let's see the card he draws. Oh, it's a blue one. So he is going to take a journal action next round. Interesting. He is behind us in the track, meaning he'll only have to spend 1 influence on the black minaret to go 2 steps. He'll still be 1 step short of where he needs to be. The part that I don't like is he will take a bonus tile that I really wanted. So it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, first things first, we're going to advance the marker 2 steps. Does he have any green workers? No, he does not. So he'll do his favorite action, which is get a green card at a value of 2. He's going to take the second card from the right. And he brings back this card. It's got a worker on it, green one, of course. Add that card to his tableau. We've got to do some thinking, although I don't know if there's much that we can do. Because we have 2 die in our caravan, we can't do a caravan action. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, so we're kind of stumped right now. So we can't journal right now and jump ahead of him. He's going to jump ahead of us. And again, the biggest issue is there's a bonus tile that I really wanted. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it. So what's going to happen on his turn is he will go ahead and do a rest action plus journaling. All that's going to happen. Then it's going to come back to us. We have the option of doing a journal, or maybe we could try to run up our score a little bit. Say we could aim to get another minaret or another city card. Maybe up to 6, really push up our score, or do something along those lines. We'll just have to see. Okay, so what is it that we want to do? I think the big thing for us is to run up the number of influence markers on the minarets. So I'm going to go ahead and place this worker on that second card. That allows us to place 1 influence on each of the 3 minarets. So 1 on the black, 1 on yellow, and 1 on blue. Don't know if that was the best move, but that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, it's back to the Automa's turn, and he's going to journal. The Automa has 3 blue cards in his display, which means he will journal or rest, including journaling. Does he have a comment in this position? No, he doesn't. So we're done with that. Oh, sorry. I jumped ahead. Oh, I didn't jump ahead. I'm good. So first things first, any comments? No, no comment. Next thing is take a card. He's got 2 showing, which means he'll take this card here. This was the card that we just placed a worker on. So he gets a green worker and a card, and now he will journal. He's got 3 blue, which means when he comes to a choice, he always goes up. Let's see where he ends up. Okay, and I'm just going to point out, this is the card he just took. He is behind me, which means he only has to spend 1 of the 2 influence on the black minaret to go 2 steps. He's going to go up. First position is here. He's able to take 1 of these tiles. Here's his card. So he's going to take this tile right here. Oh, that's a good one for him. It's worth 3 victory points. We'll handle that card when we go back to the tableau. His second jump, because he spent 1 of his influence on the black minaret, puts him here. And he gets to place 2 influence markers on the yellow minaret. I really wanted to do that, but it seems like I missed out. Okay, let's go back to the Automa's board and see what he does with that tile that he brought back. Brought back this tile right here. It doesn't care what the tile is, but it goes in this location. Well, he's going to take a black card. And which one is he going to take? This one right here, second one from the left, which is in fact a comment card, but remember, he doesn't actually use them that way. Okay. His turn is done for journaling. So the Automa took his turn. He journaled. The fastest he'll be able to journal again is 3 turns from now. So I've essentially got 3 actions to go before I have to worry about anything from him. Before I go any further, I just realized I made another mistake. I think I forgot to pay for this card again. And again, it was in the 4 coin slot, so I have to spend all my money. Okay, back to my action. What is it that I can do? Well, you know what I can do is I can end the game right now. And the reason is I really don't want him to grab a bunch of cards, because if he grabs more cards, every card he grabs is another point. So let me go ahead and end the game right now. So what's going to happen is when you trigger the end of the game, that turn where you trigger the end, your opponent gets 1 other turn, and then it comes back to you for your final turn. So it means I have 2 turns, he's got 1. Let's go ahead and end it right now. I'm going to use this action right here, move this to this position, make it a 6-sider. Then I'm going to come here. I didn't have to do that because the villager comes with that action as well. Either way, game has, well, let me finish this up. So I'm going to go ahead and take a coin. So now I'm going to go ahead and journal. Okay, so when I journal, I'm going to come to this location first. I have to pay 1 influence from the black minaret, 1 from the blue. And then I can opt to pay for or use this influence to go another step. And I'll do that. I'll need 5 city cards or minarets, and I have 5. So I'll be able to advance to this position. I'll be able to take 2 influence from the, be able to add 2 influence to the yellow minaret. That's perfect. That's another victory point at the end of the game. And we can take this card. Let's slot this in the tableau. We're going to take that card and plug it in right here. And remember, if we satisfy this requirement, and we do, then this score is doubled. Okay, my turn is done. I'll refresh the main board, then we'll do the Automa's final turn for the game, and then we'll come back to my last turn. Automa's last turn. Okay, for Automa's last turn, we have to bring up our cards because he did a rest action, including a journaling. His last action is to move the coin 2 spots, boom, boom. Does he have 2 influence on the black minaret? The answer is no. So he's going to add 1. Oh, that dirty rat. He's going to add 1 black influence, or influence on the black minaret, which now means that we're tied. And he will, oh shoot, he's going to steal some points from me. So I'm going to see about that. But let's just finish his turn. He's going to add 1 influence on the black minaret. We've just done that. Now he's going to take a card, and he's going to take this card right here. Here's his card. Okay, he's done for the game. Holy smokes, look at all these cards. That is huge. Okay, let's see what we can do. We'll go back to my turn for my last action. So on the last turn, we went ahead and did a journal. So let me just grab a die and re-roll them. Not a great roll. What is it that we can do? Okay, what we're going to do is this action right here. Pay 2 provisions. Get a coin. And we get to take a card. The card we're going to take is this one. And we're going to add it over here. We get a coin immediately. That's fine. So here's the coin. And because we have added a Vista card to our tableau, we get to do this action, which includes another coin. And then down below here, we get to add a influence of the black minaret. And that's perfect. That's just what we want to do. We recapture the lead for that minaret. Okay, we are done. Let's go ahead and do final scoring. So final scoring is pretty straightforward. We're going to add up all the victory points that are found on the caravan for the Automa. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. And then we just count up the number of cards by each category. So this first stack right here, these are for the green cards, are worth 1 point each. And he's just got a ton of them. Let's go ahead through them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The land and sea cards are worth 2 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another 12. Black cards worth 3 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. And the inspiration cards are worth 4 each. That's another 12. So I'm seeing that he's got 70 points total when you add everything together. So we've got 10 points, 18, 12, 18, 12. Okay, so let's go to my board and see what we were able to do. Okay, first things first, no points for coins or provisions, nothing for your workers, nothing for any dice or influence markers, any other markers here. We got that out of the way. Let's focus on what does score us points. Let's count up the points that are shown in the caravan. We got 5, 10, 11, 14, 15 points. Not bad. Let's count up our sets now, our cards. So we've got 3 complete sets of all of these cards. I've got 4 of these Vistas, but only 3 sets. We're going to score 15 points for that. Next thing, and we're just going to use this chart right here. For the Vistas, we have 4 of them. That's worth 5 points. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minarets, which is worth 8. 3 of the ports and 3 of the seascapes, 3 each, 3 and 3. So 6 more points. Then we're going to do our scoring up here. Now we don't have any comet cards. If we had comets, the most comets in the game, we would be able to score points that way. and if not, then the number of points that are shown on the comic cards themselves. So instead, we are going to be scoring each of these cards independently. And if we make the bonus, this upper part here, then the score is doubled. So first things first, how many green cards do we have? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm looking at these cards right here. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have one that's on the board. So 6 total. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these tiles in here. So we have 6 pairs or 6 points. And do we have 6 of the green cards? Yes, we do. So the score is double, so that's worth 12. Next, let's look at the yellow minaret. How many influence markers do we have in the yellow minaret? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 3 pairs. So that's 3, 4. And then do we have 4 of these icons, the observatories? And the answer is yes. And in fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So this 4-point card becomes a 8-point card. Next, let's count up our observatories, and we just did that. We said we have 6 of those icons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. 6 plus 1 is 7. And then do we have 5 minarets? And the answer is yes, we do. So the 7 points here becomes 14. That's pretty good. Then last but not least, 1 plus 1 for every black tile in the caravan. We've got 2, so this card is worth 3 points. Final scoring that can be done. Let's go over to the main board. And I'm focusing on the minarets. We're just counting up the number of influence markers. 2 for the opponent, 3 for us. That means we've won this minaret. That's worth 3 victory points. This one's easy to do too. We have 2 of these markers. They have 1. So we've got 6 points. And now the question is, do we have more on the yellow minaret? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not. He scores 3 points here for the yellow, and we score 6. Okay, guys, we just finished up our playthrough. Final score, and I'm as surprised as anybody. We've got 92 points, and the Automa's got 73. Normally, I don't do that well against the Automa. I guess working under pressure under the camera raised the level of my game just a little bit. That being said, I could have made a mistake. It's possible. I'm going to review the video, make sure that I didn't do anything. If I did, I'll definitely add notes in the comments below. If you guys see anything during your review of the playthroughs where I clearly made a mistake, please let me know, and we'll go ahead and correct that and see what that would do for the score if we can retcon it somehow. I'm not 100% sure that's possible, but we'll give it a try. So I don't know if it came across in the video, but I really enjoyed this game. This is a great, great game. I've had an opportunity to play it against one opponent so far, so a 2-player game head-to-head. I've done the Automa multiple times. Against one other player, a lot of fun. It was one of the earlier games that I played, so I wasn't quite into or understanding all the interactions and how all the cards play off of one another. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this game with the larger group, with more players, and seeing how that changes the dynamic. So what is it about the game that I enjoy so much? I think it must be how the cards interact with one another. Yes, you're getting land cards and the sea cards for sure, but it's how the green cards, the villager cards, then slot in, and you can use those interactions to enhance those cards to make actions cheaper, or just simply be able to pay for a card and make stuff happen that way. In addition, I really enjoyed the caravan track. You've got the dice there at the beginning of the game with very limited options, but very quickly and through some wise moves, you can enhance your caravan. Now, I will admit, in this game that we played here, I really didn't get a chance to do it that much. I just didn't need to because my cards gave me the ability that I would need. But in other times where I've played the game, the caravan actions are key in being able to modify those, bring those tiles in to improve the die rolls, or to be able to change the die rolls so that you have more and more actions to play. So that sort of interplay between the caravan and how that controls what sort of actions you have, and also the way the cards interact with each other, a great, very dynamic, very interesting gameplay, lots to think about. Pretty simple actions, but again, there's a lot of depth to the game as well. The journal track is also pretty interesting for me. I will have one quibble with the game and something that bugs me a little bit about the journal track, and that is that it's clearly a race. It's clearly a race. With the Automa, it's going full tilt right to the end of the game to force the game to an end. We were able to stay on top of it in our game that we played here, but in many games that I've played against the Automa, it's able to just blast through to the end there and end the game before I really get a chance to build up my engine. So that sort of timer element in a game I'm not always a big fan of. That would be the one thing I'm not super happy about, but that's a minor quibble compared to the overall gameplay. It's like I say, just one of my favorite games right now. And just one last item: if you play the game once and you have a tough time with it, don't give up on it. Play the game a second time. That first time you play it, you're just trying to figure out how all these parts are fitting together. Once you play it a second time or a third time, I think you'll see how those parts start working together, and your engine can really start humming then and really get things going. So this is definitely a 2 or 3 player, when I should say 2 or 3 play game before you make your final judgment about it. Give it the time. I think it's well worth your time to give this game a chance to grow and be able to get into the game itself. So I just want to close by saying that the game is extraordinary. This is, again, one of my favorite games right now. Definitely make it to the table multiple times this year. And I'm looking forward to the next game in the series as well. I believe it's called Scholars of the South Tigris. Same design team, same artwork. Just definitely looking forward to seeing what they can do next with this theme. So at that, I will say thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. It helps us tremendously. We really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye now.